Hi, it's Ursula from ursula-smith.com, and today I'm going to show you how, or briefly explain how to do a foil print if you wanted just parts of it foiled, but then you wanted it on like a colored background. So the way that I do it is I will paint or spray or however I'm doing my background. I scan it into the computer and then I print out the sheet of paper with the colored parts that I don't want foiled. I send that through an inkjet. And that's a critical step because inkjet will not let the foil stick to it. So the foil will only stick to a laser print. It won't stick to an inkjet print. So the colored background will be left unaltered. And then you take that printout, run it through a laser printer, and just print the pieces in black that you want foiled. And so in this case, it's my snowflakes. And so if you were to say you have a color laser and you were to send this whole thing through just the laser printer, what would happen is the foil would stick to the black snowflakes, but depending on how much dark colors and what it feels like doing, the foil may stick to some of the background as well. So you won't get that only the snowflakes foiled. So in order to get what you're looking for, you have to print the background on a inkjet printer and then run that through the laser printer with the images of the snowflakes, and then you run that through the foiler and you get something like this where it's hard to see the white actually is foiled. So you get something where the color background is plain, not foiled, and then the snowflakes are foiled. So let me show you how it's done. Thanks for joining me, and here comes the quick tip. So here is my setup. I have my printout on a background piece of paper. It's just an old piece of scrapbook paper, and then the foil goes foil side up on top of the printout, and I'm using two different colors. I just cut them in 4 to cover the little card size printouts that I have, and then I'm going to cover it back over with another piece of scrapbook paper, and then I'm using the Foil Master, so it's just heating up right now. It's just about ready to go, and once it's ready to go, I'm going to take that whole sandwich and you're going to feed it through. And it works pretty similarly, as far as I can tell, if you're using a laminator. This one's just more of a heavy-duty thing. I bought it a while ago, so I'm not even sure they still sell it. But in any event, it just feeds itself through. And then when you are done, pull that sandwich out and just lift up the foil, and wherever it was laser printed, the foil is going to stick. It won't stick to the, I moved that little piece of foil. It won't stick to the inkjet. So all you're getting are the snowflakes being foiled. And you can see the little reflection. So those are all foiled, but the background isn't. And so that's how you would foil part of a background that you wanted colored. So again, the background's printed on inkjet, and then that inkjet printed printout is then run through the laser printer with the snowflake image. So it's a two-step print, but that way you get to foil just what you want. So I hope you like that technique. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. And so I just wanted to show you, again, here is another sheet of background printed on inkjet and then reprinted with the snowflakes in black on my laser printer, and then the whole thing is foiled. And I just cut the colors for each quadrant so that I can do different colors if I want to. So thanks again for joining me. We'll see you next time. So I just wanted to show you some more examples. So this is an example of printing the background with inkjet and then reprinting over the top of it with laser to do the foil. So clean background, and that's why it is that way. But I also wanted to show you, here's another idea. Sometimes I will just print in black and white on, and then foil, and then come over the top of it with my distress spray stains. And I haven't demoed this. I can do another quick video on that, but that is another alternative to the double printing. So thanks for joining me. See you next time. So as I mentioned, I do a lot of foiling and end up with lots of leftover foil pieces with the image that was transferred, gone. And so, I just ran through how I use those foils and adhere them to backgrounds. And so I just wanted to show you some of the examples. So this was on colored cardstock. This one I actually did on some cardstock that I had sprayed with distress spray stains. I can't remember if there were oxides in there as well. This one I believe was painted. I don't think it was a jelly print, but it could be. But it's mostly just kind of, it looks like just a wash of paint. And then this one's just plain white. So that is my way of reusing foil, so I don't just toss, especially these big pieces. Don't toss them in the garbage, and I still end up with usable things. Some of them I can use, as straight backgrounds. Other ones I'll just cut them up. Maybe there would be a tag background or, like a journaling or something like that. But they're useful to have around. And again, like I said, I'm not throwing all that foil away. So thanks for joining me. See you next time.